He got the olive. I would love that. I love those little birds. Hello.
Those little birdies, they said I could hear them talking. They were saying, give me a kiss.
And I know they were kissing.
I love you. Give me a kiss.
Love it. Oh, I'm so happy to be here on Friday. I look forward to Fridays at 6 Pacific.
Me too.
I love you, Lalit. It's so fun to
love
you every week. And Bora Bora got the cookie today.
Ooh.
She was the first one in. And she's donating it to Deb Thornton. Our sweet Deb Thornton. So
Deb Thornton. I'm going to see Deb Thornton, I believe, at noon tomorrow. Is that right, Deb?
Oh,
noon?
Yeah.
Are we on for noon? I took all my papers off my desk. I was telling Deborah about why. So, but I have it somewhere, but I think we're on for 12.
You're funny. It's we get all these little things to keep track of our time, and then we lose the little packet.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not supposed to put anything on a piece of paper. I have to put it in my calendar. But I went to paper this time, and now I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I swear, I will never do it again. You're all my witness. Okay. Witness.
It's just we're going to get those rods first. Marby, I've got you starred here, and Karen, thanks for coming, Karen. And Deb is here. CJ came in. Oh, and it's a joyful journey. Whoop whoop is in the house. Donna O'Brien, hello. Donna Marie, Julie Ann Guthrie Smolson. It's so nice to see you. And Venus is here. Oh, I've got some new people here today.
Venus is here.
People. Pure Joy LN, Delphi, Ross, Donna O'Brien, Julie. Gosh, it's so nice to have everybody. Rose is
fabulous.
here.
Yes.
Marby. Oh, hi, Craig. Sandra, Lauren, thank you so much for coming in. This is a full house. This is great. Thank you. So, yes, Venus, I've got you. I'm going to star all of the questions. Remember to type them all in capital letters for the old girl. And there may be someone new visiting us, and maybe even lurking in the background.
Lurking. Tammy, are you lurking?
Tammy, are you lurking?
Fess up. We want to see if you're here.
Tammy, are you too nervous to write a question? Please feel free to write a question all in caps, and then we'll answer them closer to the end after Lalit has a chance to tell us what's going to happen next week. So a warm welcome to Tammy if she comes in. So we can't scare her away, but it'll be fun to have someone new here. And what have you got to say? How was your week?
Oh, busy, really busy. You know, we have all these planets in Gemini, and we have things in Aries, and Aries is the new beginnings and initiative and starting new projects, and Gemini is contacts and communications, and we have relationships, and it's been on fire.
It's been on fire, is right.
In a good way. I mean, I'd say last night I didn't think it was a little bit too much, a lot of work and stuff.
Was it last night? You said it was same thing with me. Last night, later, there was a rush of I don't know what. And it was a concentrated burst of energy that made me overwhelmed and crazy in a good way.
So on this topic, I would like to talk a minute about that the business that some of the planetary influences coming in with the solar flares that we're experiencing. And I had a thought of a way to explain to people I found I had a good image that I thought this is useful for everybody, because we're saying, oh, we need to raise your vibration, and people go, so for vibration, I don't feel I'm not vibrating. Well, how do I raise my vibration? So I had an idea about how to explain that.
Well, good. Then I'm going to let you have the floor. So it's all yours, sweetheart.
So I would say I would like to start out. I think last week Debra made a comment, if I'm remembering right, about she was talking about the Tower card, and she made an observation that in certain circumstances the Tower card can present you with opportunities. And I was thinking, well, yes, that's certainly true. And in fact, like here in Las Vegas, I was thinking when they build something new, like they bought the Oakland A's baseball team, and so they need to make a stadium, so they got to blow up a building. So they blew up Tropicana. And here in Las Vegas, there's always some kind of big demolition with this giant tower just falling in on itself, and it's kind of dramatic, when that happens. And then you have a lot of memories and things from the past. Maybe you've been in that place, you've met people that you love, and you had good times, and you're sad and you think of the memories, but then they're building something brand new, coming out of the phoenix, out of the ashes. So I was thinking that I'd like to give you a thought for the week on this topic. It's just a few words. So when the butterfly, no, excuse me, I lost it. I didn't get any sleep last night. Okay, the thought for the week. Let me get it together. I blew the punchline though, so that wrecked it, but at least you'll remember. When the caterpillar sees death, we see a butterfly. And that's a really beautiful idea for this period that we're in, because we call it the awakening. But to awaken the butterfly, to rise up, and the higher vibrations, a lot of stuff has to get just destroyed, and it's a little bit rough. So we still have this week, we've got that backdrop of things that are happening. And we know that Pluto has the one planet that has gone retrograde, and it's going backwards now. All other planets are full steam ahead, but that when a planet is stationary or retrograde, it is powerful, especially because it's like an image for explaining that would be like, there's this propensity that little boys have for getting a magnifying glass and focusing the rays of the sun on some poor little ant or something like that. That's a horrible thing to say. That's terrible. It just gives me goosebumps, because that's a bad thing. But that idea of focusing the light in a small spot, holding it still, is powerful. And that's what a planet that is stationing, going retrograde, does. It focuses the power, and we really feel it in our lives. So Pluto is strong right now, and that is in Aquarius, and that is it will stay in Aquarius. It's not going to leave. It's not going to go far, and it won't be there that long. But that is the planet that is got such a big cycle, and the bigger cycle, slower cycle it has, the more long lasting are the changes. And it's happening in Aquarius like that, with the precession of the equinoxes and everything. We haven't seen it's been like 24 to 28,000 years since we've had a cycle like this. And I mean, this is a big change, like it's a really big change for humanity like we've never seen before, with all of the outer planets doing things that are amazing and crazy and has never been seen. So in astrology, we recognize cycles, and we say, oh, you remember this was like in the Revolutionary War, this was like the and France followed us into liberty and equality and humanitarian things. Well, this is true. So we have that to go on, but there are some cycles that we don't have anything because they've never happened before. But the Aquarian one, we know what it is. Egalitarian, humanitarian, healthcare, you know, how Jesus said, be welcome the stranger, be kind, and be compassionate. This is this kind of thing. So, you know, we've had some troubles in this country because when we were founded, founding fathers, you know, even though they said we the people, well, that was excluding a large group of people that were slaves, etc. And so and when you think about it, the male slaves got free to ability to vote in 1860, but it was another 50 years before women got to vote. I mean, come on. So things haven't been that cool in many ways, and we're having to root out all those things. So it's a little difficult. But in the background, other than those things that are still going on, and they're the backdrop and the main set, but we have some very nice things happening. Last week, I hope you've had some fun events, and I hope you took care of yourself. And you have to put your priorities, especially this week too. Put the things that you generally have last on your list. If you're like me, you know, I do the things I have to do this, I have A, B, C, D, F, G. Then if I have time, I'll get on my exercise machine. If I have time, I'll do this. The things that I want to do for fun and health are always last. Put those things first that take care of you, take care of yourself. Turn your list upside down and put those self-care things at the top. Okay, please, please, please. And this is going to be a week that will have some lovely things because we had just happening, you know, we had Saturn entering Aries. So that's the initiative and new things happening, new starts, new beginnings going to be there for several years. And then we have Mercury entering Gemini, trining Pluto, technological innovations and things like that. And this is hitting Elon Musk in his home base in a way that's not real happy for poor Elon. Oh, whoa, sad. And so we have kind of a mafia type shakedown in the technology area, and big planets in Gemini, lots of it. So for those of us, and Gemini and Venus is influence strong. So you've got things like love, relationships, partnerships, communications, writing, things to do with books, things to do with creative projects, all these just like boom, boom, boom. I had to carry a clipboard around last week because I'm writing down, getting downloads of things so fast and so many ideas just flowing through. So it's like that. So good times. And I did notice, I hope some of you did too, usually in this past period, you know, you wake up, if you hear a little bit of news, you're going, oh no, I can't believe that happened. Did he really do that? Did he really say that? What the heck? But there have been a couple of days that the news was quite kind of good and kind of funny at the same time, you know, like what? And it is kind of hilarious. So please use humor and joy, because those are things that raise your vibration. Now, I wanted to give you a little talk about what raising your vibration means, because I thought of an image. I might have some pictures to demonstrate this for next week, but I'd like to make an analogy between our human body and the body of Mother Earth. Now, you know, you've seen pictures like on that Stefan Burns channel. I recommend that. He will have the magnetic field of the Earth. So if you imagine the sphere of the Earth and the magnetic field lines go around it from the North Pole around down into the South Pole, right? And they have a magnetic current. So I have a little compass over there. You know, this works on polarity. And so you have a positive end and a negative end. Now, when solar flares come, and that energy hits the earth, it will hit the polar area stronger, is more affected. So what happens when you see, what happens when what do you see in the polar area when we have that energy? You get the northern lights. Everyone has seen the aurora borealis and those beautiful pictures that happen. That's what happens when the energy hits the magnetic field. The actual small particles, electrons, and those kind of particles speed up their spin, and that produces light. And that is what happens in our body when we have those things that create our aura, because human beings have that same magnetic field. And it comes, there's like a magnetic field. Many of you see that. I have you light bearers out there have third eye vision, and many people can see that. You can also get Kirlian photography of your body so that you could see your aura. And there's just a light out of various colors, of various parts of the rainbow, the different colors, red light at one end and purple light on the other. Those are the spectrum of the visible light, which is different vibrational rate, right? So the red energy being slower, Mars is the lower vibrational kind of energy of aggressive and warrior, etc. And Neptune being at the opposite end is the purple one with the intuitive, spiritual vibration. And so when you, to speed up your vibration, the things is that you can do that are very simple is focus on what is a higher vibrational frequency. Love is the creative force on which the whole universe was made. So anything that sparks love, I always say, my kitties. And when I have trouble, the other night I was having a little bit of trouble, and I just got out of bed and went over to hug my cat. That's instantly, I felt so much better. So anything that will spark love, gratitude, and joy, peace, joy. So you need to have a little trigger mechanism so that when you feel bad, you have something, you have a go-to thing. So you have gratitude out of your heart, you have joyful things, fun things, humor, all these things raise your vibration because they make your electrons that are in your aura spin at a different rate. You don't feel it always because it's not like you're having a massager machine making you buzz, but it's something very subtle. And you can see it with your inner sight in meditation. So if that analogy of the earth with the aurora borealis because of the solar flares hitting it is helping you, because you get that same thing when you are experiencing, and the planetary energy and the solar flares hit us too, they affect your own magnetic field. So that is what people mean when they say raise your vibration. It's the speed at which the small particles spin or that are in your magnetic field, and it can be affected by all of those things. So that is my little take on the magnetic fields. Now let's talk about what's coming up. We know we got big bunch of planets in Gemini, and I wanted to have Donald Trump's chart for you for the 14th of June, but we'll do that next time. Let's talk for a brief second about everybody's chart, because I want you to just relook at this as the one word for each house, like one keyword. The first house, look at near the horizon axis, Aries, you see the sign of Aries, and the keyword is self. The second house, the keyword is value. The third house, we have communication. Fourth house, keyword home and family. Fifth house is pleasure and creativity. Sixth house, health and service. And the seventh house has to do with partnerships 8th house is transformation. That's what we were talking about, the caterpillar changing into the butterfly, and the transformation, that can happen. The Tower card is right in there. Higher learning is the 9th house. The 10th house is reputation, standing in the world. 11th house is your friendships. 12th house, we have the subconscious mind and the inner world. Now, those are just one key word to help you, but once you've got that key word, you can link these other things. And I have a list, and I send you both of these things when you get your chart with me. So you could take, if you haven't got your chart with me, you could send for one, Astrology Vibrations, plural, Vibrations at Gmail. And I will send you all this stuff. Here's the houses. You could take a screenshot of this. I'm holding it still. And the second page is here. This is an elucidation of further information on the houses. So, and there's the second page. So because where the houses show where these energies are focused in your daily experience. So if you have something like we're going to be having this week, I'm going to show you the things that are happening this week. I made a little calendar, and you want to look at your chart because you probably don't have Aries rising. Most people don't, because you have 12 choices. And so one person out of 12 is going to have Aries. Now, I'm going to use as an example, because it's this week we're having a lunation in the sign of Sagittarius, and I have Sagittarius rising. Lucky me, because it's ruled by Jupiter. So, and I have Venus, my ruling planet of my sun, in the 1st house. So for me, having a lunation there, that is all kinds of good stuff raining on me. And it's happening, really. I'm noticing it already because Jupiter is there, and it's affecting the two benefics of Jupiter and Venus are already active in this area. So for me, that's where it's hitting me, is in the 1st house matters. And, lots of, it's your physical body and yourself and your health also. But it's really your inner self, your real inner soul. And it's actually a stronger thing than your sun sign. Physically, people will often say to you, oh, you don't look like a Scorpio. Well, if you have a sun in Scorpio, that's not going to show. What shows is your ascendant, shows your body type and how you present yourself to the world. So that's how people see you more. So keeping that in mind, you want to know, where do you have Sagittarius in your horoscope? And this week, you're going to have it very active, because the opposite side of Sagittarius is Gemini, and we have a stellium in Gemini, and we're going to have the sun and the moon and Jupiter and Venus and everything all affecting that axis of the self relating to partnerships. So see if that's your 1st house. Now you want to look at this wheel to see where Sagittarius is for you, because that's the area of your life that you're going to most feel it in. So here's what's coming up down the pike, coming down the pike this week. I made it big that I hope everybody can see it. So this is in the first part of June. We've got the 5th coming up. We've got Venus enters the sign of Taurus. That's good news, because Venus rules Taurus and is strongest there. It also rules Libra. It rules 2 signs. But Venus is very strong in Taurus, and Taurus is things relating to pleasure and what you value. Its 2nd house matters, your money, your well-being, and anything that you see as important and has value to you. It doesn't have to have monetary value, but it does. It is the money house, the money axis, and Venus is going there. So that's good for relationships. And you recognize Venus because it's the female sign. It's having to do with love, creativity of all types. Any art or dance or poetry or writing is influence there. And the 8th, Mercury, on the 8th of June, Mercury enters Cancer. So Mercury is in a place that is is very nurturing, loving, kind, and you can open up channels maybe with children or family members that you haven't had such good relationship with. Put out some good vibes to those people in your family that maybe you've had ruptures with. Maybe you can have some mending or things like that. The 9th, Jupiter enters Cancer also. And we have Mercury at Cazimi, so it's going to be right close to the sun and at full power. With Jupiter there, the great benefic, hey everybody, this is time to really do some spiffing up of your house and your environment and your family matters and your loving relationships and your nurturing kindness and compassion and goodness is here. So this is some lightness for this week. Remember I said last week, you're going to see the second week here. This week is really building up to have some good things coming. So it's not all gloom and doom. So the 11th, we're going to have a full moon in Sagittarius, 20 degrees, 39 minutes. And we mentioned what that is about. And Jupiter being the big ruler of Sagittarius, this is something very outgoing, good for friendly gatherings, for it's really positive aspects. So these are days to put on your calendar, write them down. I think you need to be familiar with the glyphs: Venus, Taurus, Mercury, Cancer, Jupiter, Cancer, and the full moon in Sagittarius. That's what's coming down the pike. And those are all beautiful things. So make the most of it. I'm not saying that everything's going to be perfect this week, but look for the joy. Now, remember this is such an important thing. It is not what happens around you that is key. It's how you react to it. And that is what you're in control of. You're not in control of some of the outside things that occur, but you are in control of how you react to it. And I wanted to give an example of a Zen story that really exemplifies this, and I couldn't find the story and I can't say it properly to have the same effect. And I found it. I went to sleep with a meditation tape, and that story came up, but it was a modified version. And the weird thing was, this is a synchronicity, and when your vibrations are higher, you get synchronicities of this sort. That story came up, and the guy who was doing the narration said, and the great teacher, and her name Charlotte Roku, and I went, Charlotte, that's my friend from San Diego when I was at UCSD, and she ran the Zen Center there, and I didn't know she was at this level of just great mastery. The guy he only mentioned one person in an 1.5-hour long tape, and it was my friend. She's passed to the other realm of the veil, but it was like a synchronistic sign for me. Yes, I should tell you that story, but I'm going to find a shorter version because the one that he told was too long for this class. But it has to do with seeing you can see beauty and love when you're in the worst catastrophe around you and everything is falling apart. You can have the most moment of real ecstasy, even though the world may appear to be crumbling to other people. So you can have this kind of experience, and I'll try to find a shorter version of that story. But meanwhile, that kept me up that night because I went, oh no, there's that story. And he mentioned my friend. And I was so moved by that. Just like it made my heart swell. I just felt, oh, Charlotte. And I have such great memories of this lady. And anyway, that's my story, and I hope you all have a week filled with Jupiter and Venus in the most expansive, loving way possible.
That's
And
right.
remember about the caterpillar dies. We see the butterfly. So look for the butterfly.
All right. All right. I saw someone come in. Denise, you're lurking because you're doing too much housework. Thank you for coming in, Red Dragon. And Peace Mama, thank you, thank you. Maria has perfect health, became a new member. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And with
everybody has a permission slip to put housework on hold this week, except me, because I can't move around here.
That's so funny. Oh gosh. Now we had some statements here, and Maria has perfect health. It's going to be our first one to read for, but Hypnicity said, mentions, she says, my automatic writing says, be prepared for surprises. Nobody knows the whole story.
Yes.
Be kind even to those you don't understand. Pray for them. Don't hate them. Don't let hate be the weight that stops your ascension. I like that sentence.
That's beautiful. You are right in tune there, Hypnicity. That everything you said there is so perfect.
And there was something else. She said, Hypnicity said, she's a Cancer 4 times, including Sun, Mercury, Moon, and Venus.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Because this is with Jupiter and right there, you have that influence of expansion and harmonious things that are fantastic.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm just going to see if there's other. Maureen says, she says she got bad news about her thyroid ultrasound. You have to have a biopsy. But you know what, Maureen? I hate that. And I hate that we grow older and these little things happen. I'm doing pre-op for hip surgery and everything. But one thing I know is that I can live without a hip. I'd be crabby, but I could live without a hip. And with my father had thyroid, pituitary, all that stuff happening. And he lived a full life, with medicine and stuff. So
Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and Venus also. They're the two benefics, and in the Taurus area, you could expect this thing with your glands in a way that could be passing through. Let's hope for that case for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're praying for you, sweetheart. And Linda is here. Hello, Linda Butterfly. Readings. Linda has a show every Thursday morning at noon Eastern. It's 9 a.m. my time. So I come to the party right out of bed. Just saying. I know that's TMI, right? Interesting. Leah says she thinks that broccoli is bad for your thyroid. Interesting. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that, but it could be. I'm not an expert in that.
It's something to Google. And Dr. Google.
I have a neighbor friend that if she is seeing this on the replay, this is Tammy. I want to thank you. Tammy gave me this beautiful dress.
Wait, let me
outfit. If Tammy is here, or on replay, I want to thank you for the beautiful dresses she gave me. 2 beautiful outfits.
Stand up again. I didn't get out of the way.
Okay, well, it goes floor length all the way to the floor with a coat, this nice cover up and a coat, and it shows off my Bashar contact crystal, and it's really comfy and fits me exactly perfect and is exactly my length because it's floor length. And she gave me another outfit that you'll see next week.
All right.
I'm having Jupiter and Venus things just raining on me.
Oh, that's
from the sky. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I want to take on some questions here. Let me just read out the names who I have starred. If you have written a question and I don't call out your name, you need to just rewrite your question. Okay. So I've got Marby and Bora Bora. I've got Donna, Venus, Donna Marie. Let's see. Donna O'Brien, and I have Donna Marie, Anja, Maureen, CJ. Maria has perfect health, and she's going to be first because she became a member. Thank you so much. I've got Leah here. Yeah, that's it. Now, where did oh, there you are. So Maria wants a general reading, but here is what I want to tell you now for yours. So she says her Mercury is in Sagittarius 17 degrees. So I don't know if that's going to influence your.
And where is your Sagittarius located? What house is your Sagittarius in? That's the question.
Did I say hello, Craig? Craig,
that'll show.
I'm so happy you're here.
But with it on Mercury, that's going to be you could expect some news and a lot of energy, nervous energy.
Lalit has you have her chart, but I don't know if it's going to be easy to pull up.
Well,
in theory it is.
Theory it is, but I need to know. I forgot your last name, Maria.
Yeah, that's the thing. She has, instead of
I haven't made a list of everybody that I'm supposed to do. I'm behind in my work, so that's my fault. Because I want to make a chart with everyone's handle with how they're listed.
Name, you have a YouTube name, then you have your real name, and
yeah,
it gets all of that stuff.
And I haven't got to that. That's my fault.
That's fine. You know what I'm going to do, Maria, is this. I'm going to give you a general reading for the week coming up, and the first card out is going to be the topic Spirit wants to give a message for, and that is swords. And so that means thinking, ideas. Oh, wait a minute. She just said something here. She says, I don't know. I think the third house. Interesting.
Okay.
So you're going to have a new idea about how you're going to generate wealth this coming week. So now remember, because I'm going into Pentacles here, it does not mean specifically just wealth. It does mean everything that's tangible in your life. So, and the reason I say that is because I have the working card, which is a really wonderful card. The Three of Pentacles says that you're in whatever you do, you're good at. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles, meaning there's a new avenue or a new pathway of something tangible coming in for you. I do believe it's going to be fresh and brand new with the Page of Cups. You're going to love it. Now, the only troubling card I have, there's a really good card. The Five of Cups is reversed, which is a good thing. Very good thing. Thank you, Denise. You'll be the next one. If you have a question, type it in. So I've got the Five of Cups, but it came in reverse. So upright means guilt and remorse. You're in the throes of guilt and remorse. And so when it's reversed, it's rising above that, moving away from that. And as we all know, grief hurts. It really does hurt, but it does stop. It will change and shift, and all of our emotions will. The only troubling card here, and it's not all that bad, and it could have been just a fluke that it came in reverse. The Hangman upright means you're looking outside the box. You have new ideas. You're open to new ideas. But when it comes in reversed, it means that you're not open to new ideas. And this whole reading is all about new ideas. The Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, all of that is new ideas, new thinking. So if you think that, midweek, you think, well, Deb said I was going to get this great new idea and I haven't got it. It could be because you're not looking far enough out. So have that. What'd you get?
I pulled 3 cards from the astrology deck because I can't do can't do the charts today because I'm discombobulated. But the funny thing is, the card representing you has the moon in Sagittarius, like we're having the full moon in Sagittarius. So I'm taking this card not to see that you are just fending off things, that you might be fending off a lot of trouble and stuff, but I'm seeing it more that this week you have the coming up, this moon lunation in Sagittarius is going to be big for you, and it's going to bring out, you have the strength. And Leo, like here you are represented by the person with all kinds of power and the King of Wands. So I think this is going to be a big turning point for you, where your power, you really have your power. You're going to control your power. You're going to dominate your personal power.
And that's the thing with cards, the way I read the tarot, is because not every card that hits the table is something you read. It could just be a placeholder for the next card. Also, when it, to have the reversed hangman, which is a little tiny bit, stuck in the mud, that's just one card after all this bounty we've got. So I would think that that was just a fluke that it was there. You're going to have a great week. Absolutely great week. And we have a donation. Thank you so much for supporting us. Denise, we've got, Denise says, may I please ask whatever is in my highest good, my guides and dreams and dragons have been talking constantly. That's the new whatever is here, all the planets rising up, please and thank you. First card out here will to dictate what topic guides would like to give you a message on, and that is, of course, wands. It's movement, it's action. Either the message will be you need more action, movement, or it means that you need to stop acting and moving. So what's interesting here is that I've got, oh man, this is an incredible reading. So here it is. The Emperor, which is a very slow card because it's corporation. It's very, very heavy. It's a heavy card. So it's the corporation and good works with the eight of Pentacles. So now we have this really good scenario. So if you are working in a corporation, this is it. But if you're working in a structure that's at home, Venus, I saw you. Thank you so much for your donation. I'll get to you right away. So whatever your normal is, as far as running a household or whatever that is, we're talking about that. What's coming up though is that you're taking on too much with the wands, 10 of wands. Now this is a loving card. You see that gal with all the heavy burden? She takes that on in a way that's with love, complete love. This is the card that comes up that says, oh, your spouse lost their job or is sick or something, so I'll take on more of the tasks. Thank you, Marby. I'll take on more of the tasks. So that's what you're at now. But it looks like you might be taking on too much with the reversed chariot. Upright chariot means fast-moving energy, and you just have to really control both your horses to get them into the right spot. When it's reversed, it's like everything's moving a little too fast and you don't feel like you're in control. So how you get around that is to recognize how much you're saying yes to this coming week. So you don't get your horses don't tip over the chariot. What'd you get?
A similar idea. This is the Oracle of Pluto cards, and they're showing a shadow, hand puppet shadow of the cardinal. Now I'm taking this to, I'm going to say that for this reading, this cardinal is representing the cardinal signs in astrology, which are the ones that we're talking about. Aries has a lot of energy. The cardinal signs are of initiative. So you are maybe drawn in a lot of directions, that things that you have energy in spurts to, a lot of things going on, but there's something very important. There is some initiative that you need to take that's very, very important right now. So you need to weed out the things that are distracting you from the main enchilada there, because there's something that you need to focus on that's really important in this coming period.
She says, I am retired and still working. I love what I do. Overwhelmed with yard work. Boy, this is 'tis the season. Spring is always messy, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So bless you and leave you with that. And we've got Venus here next, and we've got Marby after that. Let me go and get to Venus. Let me grab that. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Yard work is so good for grounding, and the plant kingdom. You know, to speak to your plants, and they really respond, and we need grounding right now. And that was something I wanted to mention in your meditation, to focus on your grounding. And a good way to do that, if you haven't tried this, as you're meditating, you visualize the root, the base of your spine, and a root, like tree roots, coming out of that, going down into the center of the earth. And as you're meditating, you have that grounding root going into the earth, and then you have the chakra, the crown chakra, with the light coming down the spine and it out the bottom of your feet and around. It makes a bubble, like a fountain of light circulating around, with the roots going into the earth. And that's a really great thing for technique. It works. Give it a try.
Awesome.
Sagittarius 10th and 11th. 10th and 11th is how you present yourself to the world, how the world sees you, and your reputation and your career and your standing in that aspect. So this is where you're going to be having a lot of things going on. And the 10th house is that standing, and the 11th house is friendships and your social standing. So it's all relating to those sort of activities. So that's where you're going to have a lot of things going on.
Yeah. And so social activities, that's very interesting, because I think with the reading I'm getting for you, is that I have the Hermit first, telling me that this is from, the higher ups. This is about your spirituality, staying in integrity spiritually. There is an opportunity to choose differently this week coming up. And it looks like it's going to be something to do. And you're saying there's a lot of, socializing. There's going to be an older woman that I've got the reversed Queen of Swords. And there's going to be some combination of words or a communication or a thought that comes back of what this person might have said that's going to disarm your momentum, because it feels like an injustice, and you feel like giving up on some level, but and then stopping. So here's the deal. It looks like coming up, there's going to be a negative thought pattern that returns. And so if you can just remain the observer when it happens, you'll know when it happens. Either it could be a memory that comes up. It could be an actual event where someone kind of side eyes you, or you interpret it and it spirals you, it takes you away. And then all you have to do is say this: oh, that's what Deb was just talking about on Friday. I don't care what you can say, anything you want, something like that. You say, oh, and you're instantly the observer. You're not the victim anymore. So it looks like this is a very important event that's coming up. Now, if you go through the whole week and this has not come about, that means that you chose well. You kept your peace, and the cup passed you by. So that is what we'll say. Thank you so much.
Venus made a comment that she said she's not social, but not being social is a thing. You know, that is
I like
that
how
is your social life is the
then,
light is out there. So that's a
yeah,
thing. And that's where you would need
you
to
know,
be putting your focus.
and I think I that's what I was saying, Venus, about like it could be a memory that takes you away. Um, or an issue, something like that. Oh, just my dog and I. You and I could be very good friends from a distance. Of course, we never. Yeah, I have my animals, and that's all I need too. So, but just so that's why I was mentioning that it might be a memory or an issue, something like that, that kind of takes your emotions away. Did Sherry pop in? I didn't see you.
Yeah, Venus, unconditional love is always good. Our pets give that to us, and sometimes that's just what we need.
It is Sherry's birthday. Happy birthday,
Sherry.
Sherry. Voices from
Sherry.
the Yay, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Yes, Sherry. Do
Sherry.
you want a reading, you want a reading, my sweet, for your birthday? I'm just going to throw something out there. So, I have got some really good news for you. The first one out is a major card telling me that it's about your spiritualism. You're thinking way outside the box, birthday girl. And I've got the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups right beside each other, telling me you feel anchored with your family and you feel like you're having a great time. You're leaving any of the doubt behind. Eight of Cups is a wonderful card because by the time this lady walks away from something she's put a lot of time and effort into, she's already grieved it. It's over with. It's like you are giving up the idea that you're not going to be a superstar on the YouTube. That's what old ladies say, is the YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. And Temperance comes in reversed. So that's giving you permission to lose your temper. And it'll be fine. It's your birthday, girl. And then, of course, showing off your good work. God bless you, Sherry.
For your birthday, you got a card that says Astral Traveler, and the keyword is Dream Wisdom. It's a little dark in that picture, but here's for the message. Your world is bigger than you realize, so it's good to start exploring all that is out there. This card is a prompt to shed your old skin and start viewing the world with new eyes, unencumbered by baggage from your past. Take the chance to set aside old experiences that could be holding you back from embracing new perspectives and fresh wisdom. Unclip those wings and leave behind anything that's ruffling your feathers, and soar in the freedom of a new horizon. That's a nice message.
That is a nice message.
And this being your birthday, is your the birthday is a solar chart for the whole year that shows you are you have a tendency for these things expect to be your year interpretation. It's
cool.
longer than just right now. It has
of
more
course, it's the holy days of Sherry, Voices from the Swamp. That's just the way it is. And I did get your message here, and I want to thank you very much. I've got Marby first. She donated sooner than you. Thank you so much. But in the meantime, while I'm giving a reading to Marby, will you write down both of your birthdays in the chat so I can include this, so I can answer that question a little more thoroughly? And two, I do have your message about career, your question about career. So I've got you. And Leah, I'm coming round. Let me go with Marby first. And then I'm going to check the chat for your birthdays, for you and your man, your Leo man. Okay. General reading. I love these things. So first card out is Swords. So we're going to talk about your thinking. See if it's stinking thinking or if it's good thinking. Marby, I have the Chariot coming in upright, which is good. It means fast moving energy, and you might need to what Ali said, this dance like a butterfly, sting like a bee, that kind of thing is what I'm getting for you. And I do have the 9 of Pentacles, so you'll be very successful about that. Also, it looks like Spirit is coming around to offer you a chance to not worry about time. So there is the 4 of Swords, meaning rest after a long battle. Okay, so that's what it means in general. So this is going to be available to you. Doesn't necessarily mean people are going to take advantage of it. And it looks like Spirit is so concerned about you taking a little relaxation that they're going to stop time for you. It's like time is going to be on your side this week. So so that is all good news for you, Marby.
Marby, I got this card. I've never got this for anybody. This is my number. I see this all over the place. 1111. Deborah is lighting up, waking up to your mission. This is the extraterrestrial. Deborah will have her things to say about this. This is my number. This is amazing. Waking up to your mission is the title here, and it says, this card is your wake-up call. You're one of a number of people specially singled out on Earth by an extraterrestrial source. A direct channel is opening up to you like a bridge to another world. A thinking entity is sending a visual sign from the universe to say, you have a positive mission to accomplish. You've been chosen because you're ready to step into a greater reality. Perhaps you're being called upon to lead others into a new way of living. Your mission may not be clear right now, but you know that when the time is right, it will be unveiled to you. Trust that when you see this number, you're on the right path and aligned with your highest truth.
I love that. I love that. And
yeah.
And I need your year of birth. You can't be shy with this. I will really want to give you some thorough information. So what are those years? So I'll bless you and leave you with that, Marby. Thank you so much. Got Anne here. May I please ask if you see a romance and connection with my male friend? He is Leo. You can't post your year. That's fine. We'll just do personal years then, because that's just as good. And those of you who wonder what the personal year, there's 9-year cycles, and every year brings blessings and lessons. And so for how you find out which one you are, you take your month and add it to your day. So you're August 2nd. So I'll do 8-2, and then I add 9, which is 2025 added together. And we've got a 1 personal year for you. So yes, this is an interesting year for you, because you would think it's all brand new, like a new romance or something like that. But part of you kind of wants to get something started, of course, because it's a 1 personal year, but it's almost like I'm fine on my own, but it's nice to have him. But because especially the beginning of this year, you kind of want to hang out all by yourself. Let me see what year he's in. So he's May 31st. So 5 + 4 + 9. And he's in a 9 personal year. So, so as far as romance goes and the connection, he is ready to let go of things that really need to be let go of. So 9 year, you let go of things that aren't working for you anymore. You're 31st. He's August. Oh, then vice. Okay, here we go. You are the 9. He is the 1. All right. So his is all of the as far as the connection goes right now. I'm just going to assume you would like to have a big connection because you're the 9 personal year right now and you want to give up being single. That's what you would like to do, is to give up being single and being committed. And he's in a 1 personal year, which means that especially the beginning of this year, maybe even through the summer, he may not gravitate to wanting to be declared as a couple, but he is very interested in you and very interested in a new romance. Even if you've been, known each other for years, old friends or something, and then it's kindling and getting sparky, sparkly, then yes, you're hoping for a big connection. See, and that's the thing. If you go online and read what does a 1 personal year mean in numerology, which is him, you'll get an idea with the 9 personal years where you have to give up what doesn't work for you anymore. And the benefit, the blessing of that is that closer you get to the end of the year, if you're not giving up what you're supposed to give up, whatever you're supposed to give up is going to get really crazy. So if you're holding on to another guy just in case, but you really should get rid of him and go free for a while and take a risk, then it will work out that way. So it looks like quite a nice match.
Well, Deborah, you said something about sparklers. I'm seeing fireworks display off the chart. It's Mars in Leo. We know Mars is in Leo. This is weird that you got 3 cards that are showing what's happening right now. Jupiter in Leo, the victory card. And you have this other Leo card, which is these 2 cards are, and the Mars are all showing, shall we say, how else can I put it? Sexy, maximum.
That's kind of
masculine,
nice.
Very masculine, very sexy guy here.
And so she said here, which makes sense to me. She says, we're not together now, no communication. So that puts my point down, because a 1 personal year is a year that you'd really like to see what you're like. You like stay independent thinking and all of that stuff. So it looks like it would probably start forming closer as the end of the year comes through. So the trick is I wish I had his life path number. I'd know what his kryptonite is. And that's one of the things when you know someone's what they just don't like. And some people don't know they don't like something until someone does it and it offends them so much they walk away and you wouldn't even know what it was. But that's the important part of the life path number. So you know where the tripwires are. And so that's, but you don't have the years, so we can't go into that. But best of luck on that. Let me go back here and make sure I'm not missing people. So we did Marby. Bora's here. And she would like a general. Let me just go down the line here and see who we've got. And we did, Maria has perfect health because she was our first one. I'm just looking here. I don't want to miss anyone. 2, I have yours too. Okay, so Bora, my love, she's our wonderful moderator. There's a lot of people that come through and help us out by saying thumbs up, please. And every time that we end a show, if you could just type in the comments, hey, have a great whatever weekend, or I don't care what you write, but if you comment on it, it helps. It helps very much. Your general reading is this. We've got lots of emotion today coming up. And it's going to be kind of new emotion in a good way, in a super duper good way. And it's going to be tangible. It's not going to be one of those, I hate to say it this way, but when you have a really good meditation, you feel really close to God and everything feels wonderful in your body. And that moment, that's a cool moment, right? This cool moment coming in for you is going to be more of a tangible new idea, excitement, that you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. And the best card is this, the Fool card, meaning that life is synchronizing up a blessing for you that won't tell you, they won't tell any psychic what it is. They won't tell the closest angels what it is. It's because you can't have an idea of what's coming, because it's important for you to address it and walk into it, walk with it, with a child's heart, with a child's heart. So a brand new something's coming up around the corner this week, and nice blessing from God. I like that. Did you get anything for Bora Bora?
Well, very similar to what you said. We have the Ten of Cups, and there's something really, I'd say that's really re-emphasizing what you've been saying. And the Empress, so you've got all kinds of possibilities in the emotional realm, but you do need to take some time to meditate upon those things and see what's really going on, because it could be overwhelming.
Yeah, but the Four of Swords, that is rest after a long battle. It's like time's on your side. It's just that when sometimes people don't take the rest, they work right through lunch.
Yes, well, your cups are overflowing this week, so I think that there are some very bountiful things for you to experiencing.
General reading for Donna. I've got swords. So we're talking about, you're thinking, wow. So you are going to have a flood of information coming through. So I don't know if you do automatic writing or meditation, but ideas are percolating. So understand that you don't get frustrated if it doesn't come clearly. I think it's going to come all at once, because I've got the Eight of Wands. It's very, very fast moving energy, and it's right next to the Two of Swords, which is wanting to stop and think about things. So you've got all this energy coming around. I do have, again, Mr. Hangman reversed, not upright. So make sure that you keep an open mind coming up this coming week, because I have a feeling you're going to get messages from your spirit guides, and they're all going to be valuable.
Well, I got swords and wands. The first one showing right now, you're experiencing some.
You got to find yourself.
I'm looking in the wrong screen as usual. This is we've got Mercury and Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter and Gemini. So it like really confusing incoming from all directions, an overwhelming amount of information from all sides, and it's causing interference in your neurological system, because you don't know how to sort all these things out so quickly, because we have Venus and Aries. Everything is fast. The Four of Wands, and so I think that you are going to be, and in this particular deck, the keyword is completion. And so there's something good for you in, I'd say, in the communication area, in the love. And we have Mercury in Sagittarius. We just talked about that a lot, what that means. And it's very positive, and a lot of communication and energy and buzzing to the point where your vibration is definitely going faster.
Okay,
Not
we
to worry.
got Donna Marie. May I please ask for a reading? Cancer, Sun, Taurus, Rising, Sag, Moon. That's like a foreign language to me, but I'm sure Lalit knows that. So the first card out is Wands. And again, we're going to address if you're moving forward, if you're moving your body enough, literally moving enough. And it looks like you are going to feel much better this coming week if you move more. There's unfinished something that causes, for instance, what comes to mind is what we were talking about earlier about the garden. There's always a weed in the garden that needs your attention. And if you are able to move outside a little bit more this upcoming week, it looks like you're going to find a new love, a new passion, a new comfort level. But the only way to this, which is the Page of Cups, those of you who are just listening, the only way to the Page of Cups is to actually physically move and kind of go outside the house.
Well, go back to what we said at the beginning, and everything for you is tenfold what it is for other people, because you've got the Cancer, Jupiter and Mercury, expansive communication. I mean, things are going to be happening so fast and so much, and you can expect a lot of activity in the communication and love and household and family. There are a lot of movement. You have Taurus, Venus entering Taurus. So this is some very pleasurable things, and do look for pleasure and love and happiness as much as you can. And there's Sagittarius, the full moon on the 11th. So these three areas are the ones you have in your chart. So for you, that's very unusual. That's like 1 in 1,000 possibility that you would be because it's 12 times 12 times 12. It's like more than 1 in 1,000 probability that you would have all of that. Not just one thing, but all of it is like very rare. So it's going to be a big explosion in your life, a good way. Debra's gone. Oh no, what do we do? 1:11:59. Debra. Is it me that's not in the show? I don't see Debra.
Oh my gosh, I am not in the show. I took myself
No, you're
out.
not. I was wondering, am I the one that's left out?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh goodness sakes.
Like, oh no.
Well,
What
you back up. Yeah.
Do a song and dance routine.
So, Anja, I'm glad we're next to the next one. Anja, I'd love to get an overview of June, August, if possible. I don't do June, August on these little mini things, but I will do next week for you. And that is, I've got wands again for you. So that's the topic. Ooh, something fun's coming up. Really fun coming up this next week. So I've got the Queen of Pentacles, which means a grounded, beautiful woman, which is you, of course, but you're going to get a brand new idea. We're looking at Ace of Swords. So this also means that you're going to be in motion for that. So you're going to be out somewhere. You're going to be listening to something really cool on YouTube. While you're gardening, you're going to be moving somewhere and getting this epiphany, and it's going to be really cool because it's going to stretch you. I've got that. I've got the Hangman here coming in and out a lot tonight, but it's going to stretch you. You're going to think outside the box.
Amen. You got this. Something new is coming your way, and it's going to provide you with. You're the top one here because it didn't come out this way. Clarity. It's going to be an epiphany, something new, an epiphany. You're going to feel reborn. That's big.
That's awesome.
Keep your eyes open.
So we have Maureen, general reading. So I'm going to talk to you about matters of the heart. And it looks like you're overworking your heart a little bit. Some of it's worry. Some of it is your challenges, your health challenges and everything. But I got to tell you, you have to have faith in whoever you put your care in. This is coming in really quite strong. But the only disturbing thing I have here for you, there's a couple of things. You're taking on too much. This is the 10 of Wands. Now we're talking about matters of the heart. So you're quite emotional. You're taking on all these new, maybe not new. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, sorry, I just got the message. You are anticipating how others are going to perceive or take in the information that you have a challenging diagnosis. Isn't that interesting? So that needs to, you have to let that go as far as, because it's a mix of information here. Sorry, a squeaky chair. A mix of information. Should I tell them this? Should I tell them that? There's a responsibility of you feeling good about it, not make anybody sad. I don't know. I'm getting all this information, but I'm saying all of this because I have the reverse moon here. I don't think you're being true to yourself and trusting. It's easy for me to say, I know, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but you're not. You just need to turn it over and not care what other people think or how they respond, and make sure you're true to yourself, because the reverse moon is like manipulation. That's if that comes to someone outside of yourself. If you have the reverse moon, then you're deceiving yourself. It could be an entity attachment. It could be a memory that's not letting go of you. So that would mean a little more attention. So just go, like cut your cords and all of that stuff. I'll bless you and leave you with that.
In the Oracle of Pluto, you get the turtle. So this is showing slow and steady wins the race, and you need to exercise patience and be aware of timing and issues, and trust is a factor. So you're having trust issues in your heart to investigate, and so be aware of the necessity of patience right now.
All right. We've got CJ, general reading for the week. First one out is, whoa. You won't believe this. The first 4 cards are major cards. Do you think this is? I would definitely meditate this week coming up. It's like your spirit council is ready for you. Amazingly strong cards. I've got the Hangman, the Star, Death card, and the Justice card. Very powerhouse of information ready for you for next week. So take some time to be with your counsel. Even when you're driving, just say, okay, what do you want me to know? That type of thing, because you're going to get it. Lots of stuff. They're very interested in you. Lily?
Well, we got you an Oracle of Pluto card. You get the goat. So the goat is a very interesting card here. And so you're going to be thinking about, in astrology, of course, the goat is the image of Capricorn. So we have the essence of reliability, of strength, of organization, and being the structure, being the pillar of Hercules, the really strong center of energy. And that is your position this week. I would say you're going to need to be providing support, because you are the pillar of strength in this situation.
She will definitely have it. Absolutely. So bless you and leave you with that. We've got Leah coming up. And it says, hello, ladies, sending love. Thank you very much. Please, may I ask, since we're having a fire trine, this is where you need to get in. Fire trine coming.
Fire trine coming. Water trine, water. We've got fire trine, and we've got a bunch of stuff coming up next time. So stay tuned for next week.
So what she says, how Donnie responded. So this is our question. I don't understand it. So you're going to have to help me out here. Since we're having a fire trine coming, and I have a water trine in my chart, how does she respond? Is that the question?
Is she referring to Donald?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Donnie?
So. I don't know.
So for her, she's got that, and she maybe wants to know how Donald also will respond. I'm not sure what that means, Donnie. But I am looking at the Oracle of Pluto, and this is interesting because you've got a very powerful one here, Elephant, and it's a number 8 for Debra's expertise. But the meaning in this one, this is the Oracle of Pluto card. These are a little dark. I need to have a better light source
No,
on
I
these
think
cards.
it looks great.
Looks great. Okay. So the meaning here is this is similar to the pillar of strength that we had before, because we've got strength, majesty, wisdom, endurance, and obstacles. Perhaps one of the famous images is that of the Hindu god Ganesha. And this is a mover of obstacles, the bringer of good luck. Also, it's, if you go to India, you would be hard pressed if you walked into a church here and you saw an elephant in the church all painted up and decorated. You'd be surprised. But every temple in India has one in there. And so it's very divine and strong and beautiful. So you need to be exhibiting. It's very kind of similar to the one we were talking about. Despite being one of the largest creatures of the animal kingdom, the elephant is a gentle giant. Imagine the force of an elephant can muster and how they instead choose to channel that force through softness. How can embodying this same approach serve you now?
All right. Thank you, Leah. To your next, but I've got Hypnicity. Thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. I really appreciate that. And she says, I don't agree on everything, but I love your messages. Oh, you're so sweet. Dan, thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that. And 2 is here, a message for me. Her name is Mercy. In career. Now, I don't know exactly what the question is about career. If you're in a happy career, if you're looking for work, if you're in work, but you don't know what the next step is, it looks like you have a decision to make. I've got the 2 of Swords here in the present moment, which tells me there's a decision or a crossroads either coming up for you quickly, or it's already happened. So, but I do have someone either giving you advice about your career that might not resonate with you right now. And it's like you know what you should be doing and what you want to do, that type of thing. And this person in your life that's coming in, or you already know who she is, it's an older woman. She's going to keep you from new ideas. This is all coming up this week. You're going to have your environment is fine, but it's that we're going to stick with the career. All right. It looks like things work out well for you in if you stay inside. Okay, I'm just going to say it. We're in a 9 universal year, and you really need to give up what doesn't work for you anymore. And if there's parts of you, doesn't mean you have to give up your career, but if there's parts of your career you just can't stand anymore, let's say I can't stand going into the office, I need to be remote, then you're going to work on that. And so this older person coming in, it might even be me, I don't know. Just don't pay any mind to that. Go with your heart, because I've got nothing but cups here. Go with your heart. And it looks like it pays off quite a bit. It pays off well.
This is an interesting card for a career question. The 8 of Pentacles is totally relative to what's going on here. And so it's
very good at what you do.
You're very good at what you do. You've been honing your skills. You've been practicing. You're very much a perfectionist, attention to detail and doing that kind of stuff. And you have quality craftsmanship and a great attention to detail. But I think that you have a chance here of turning something that you love, that you maybe haven't thought of as a job, some skill that you have, or some ability and talent of something that you love that you haven't used as a profession. You've been maybe a side just for yourself or your own joy because it brings you joy. But now is the time to turn the joy into making dinero, money. So
Yeah, it's all going to be good.
all good. Yeah, looking
Different.
very good.
It says, oh, wait. She got a little more information. I am a coach and also a Akashic teacher. Okay.
Oh,
And it always making wonder how to work both as one. Oh, girl.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
you're going to find the answer to that, but it's
Mhm.
going to be through you and not from someone on the outside. Of
Mhm.
course, I mean that we all say, "Oh yeah, it's my choice," but we are influenced by other people. And I'm just saying, coming up, it looks like there's someone who have some great ideas. Just say I may or may I don't know what I'm going to do or who I'm going to follow, but I think you're going to be very successful.
This is exploding now.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow anyone other than your own self and your
Yeah.
own heart, and trust in that because it is going to support you. Trust in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're so good at what you do, and there's an enormous demand. You just know that it's going to happen, and it will, but you need to feel it present now. You know that thing about manifestation. You can't be thinking about something happening. You have to feel it is happening now, and so it is.
I like that. I like that a lot. So there's many ways you can incorporate that in your coaching, but I'm and you know what, I got to fight myself because I said I've got all these ideas. Oh, you can do this, you can do that, and I'm thinking, oh no, this has to be revelation for yourself. But please keep in touch. I want to follow.
You certainly have the skill and you have the ability and you can do it. So
Absolutely. Bora
I'd
Bora.
say everything's going your way.
Bora Bora says she likes the color I'm wearing. Thank you. This is my favorite color.
Yes.
So we are going to say goodbye for another week, but it looks like we're going to have kind of a cool week coming up. I love that. I'm already starting my good week.
We got a good little window here that's going to be maybe a very happy time for the year. It's really a pinnacle of joy and possibilities open for us. So
Yeah,
go for it.
That. All right. I am going to say good night. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves.